Hi, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How about you?
Good.
Good, good. Well, last time I saw you were in our office here.
Yes, I was. Your office is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you.
And it
Uh,
looks like you have guests coming in right behind you.
yeah, I think she's dropping off a check, it looked like. That's
Oh,
always
that's
a
always fun.
yeah, I'm the banker, so it's always a good thing.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. So what's new?
let me think. I just helped co-host Podfest in Orlando for 2 days, so that's probably the most recent. So it's a lot
Yeah,
of different influencers, and we even had monkeys, so that was fun.
yeah, I saw that on your Facebook. Tell what is this event?
It was the first year that I was invited, but a friend of mine runs created the Owl app, so it's a really big like networking thing where he wants to be. So one of my friends is a singer, and she was able to connect with a Grammy winner, and so it's pretty much an app that the average Joe could reach out and talk to someone that's got millions of followers. Tangible. It's like where the status is not the thing, where anybody can talk to anybody. So it's been one of Jason's babies, and he's doing really well with it. So he always at a lot of events, he has a booth, and you literally give everybody like their 5 minutes to shine who they are, what their business is, what you offer to the world.
Nice. So is it a podcast?
He's a live stream podcast is kind of what it is, yes. And then what they're always interviewing different people. So they have an actual brick and mortar location where they have designated guests, and then they go out to a ton of different facilities, and they always have like a live out there, just a booth that randomly you can just drop in at a lot of different events.
Huh, that's interesting.
It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. So how's business been?
Good. I'm in the 2025, so the analyzing where I'm at, where I want to go, and what we need to do to get there. So that's
Yeah.
fun.
Good, good. What are your plans?
Strategizing. I want to build up more probate in the Tampa area. So just letting people know I exist because I've been in the Tampa area about 4.5 years, but it's always been just word of mouth. And I haven't done anything to advertise or even let people know I'm here. So I'm going to put more intention in that this year.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we want to we're always looking at how to get more leads and all that.
Mhm.
With
You guys
probate, I haven't go ahead.
You're gonna hire salespeople, aren't you? To have a
Or
dedicated team, which I think
yeah,
is brilliant. That's awesome.
yeah, that's the plan right now. That's what we're working towards. We're interviewing people and got to find the right person. Um it's definitely we want to get an attorney. We also want to have non-attorney salespeople as well. We want to have both.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, and I don't know if it's a needle in a haystack with finding an attorney that wants to do just sales.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've had a few interviews with people who didn't. A couple interviews with people who don't have any sales experience, which isn't necessarily a deal
Oh,
breaker for us.
you guys are amazing at training, so yeah, that wouldn't be the right fit. You would make them a rock star.
Yeah, I think with the right person, if we take someone who's super introverted and try
Mhm.
and plug, it's like trying to plug a square into a you know, round hole. But yeah, we find someone who's extroverted. I think I said extrovert already. I meant someone who's introverted isn't going to be
Great.
the best salesperson. Yeah, but yeah, you find someone who's extroverted, has good communication. Um, yeah, we should be able to train them.
Why attorney though? Like, what's with that qualification? You want them to be able to soft consult as they're screening?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sense. And then in case you get into tricky advice where it's almost like legal advice as they're massaging the scenario. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit of a fine line already. Um,
mhm.
you know, we have very set guidelines on our non-attorney salespeople now on what
Right.
they can't say and that type of thing. But, you know, yeah, it's a fine line. And then you sometimes get people who absolutely want to speak with an attorney.
Mhm.
So having, a dedicated attorney in that role, I think is going to help.
accessible. No, that's amazing. I think it's a great idea. It's just
Mhm.
usually a whole different price bracket and everything, so it's definitely unique.
It certainly is a different price bracket. Yeah, I'm learning that for sure.
Uh-huh.
But, with attorneys, you can fee share, right?
Yes.
With
Yes.
non-attorney salespeople, you can't.
Mhm.
So it's like a salesperson wants to be paid a commission, but you can't pay him a commission.
Mhm.
So it's like it gets into, yeah, it's not ideal for a salesperson role.
Mhm.
But with an attorney, you can. So, we're with the amount of volume we're doing, someone could make a decent amount of money at this
That's
uh at
awesome.
this position. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And they don't really have to go out. Are you gonna want them to market and find, or do you just want them to screen and land?
Well, they wouldn't even be screening. We have screeners.
Oh. Oh, so you just need them to close.
Yeah, we need them to do the
Okay.
consultation and close the sale.
Oh, that's gold.
I know, right?
That's yes, and
Yeah.
that's interesting that people are balking at that. That seems like a very sweet gig.
No, they're not balking at it. There just hasn't been usually when I put an ad out like on
Mhm.
Indeed or LinkedIn, we get an influx of applicants. Like just like
Mhm.
overwhelming amount of applicants and yeah, uh we've
I
definitely got
would sort
applicants.
them too, because I
Mhm.
know every time I try Indeed, like, I'll try to put in keywords to only get the qualified estate planning and probate,
Mhm.
and there'll still be, like, 1 or 0 that actually have probate experience. I'm like,
I
"How what
know.
do you guys even list what you must need to know this, please?" And so, I don't
Yeah.
see those buttons.
Yeah.
Uh, have
Yeah.
you figured out the secret of screening? No?
No, no.
No?
I mean, the job posting that I have out there is very clearly it's a sales position, right? It's like very
Right.
clear in it. And the other day I had an interview with a guy who only wants to do drafting. I'm like,
Okay, that's completely opposite.
yeah, hey,
I mean, I have to give him kudos because I did real estate law and ended up in civil litigation, and it said we want someone with civil litigation experience. And I'm like, oh, I've never done that, but let me try anyway. And I got hired, and it was awesome. They trained me for 2 days, and then 6 months later, I was training the new staff. So
yeah.
I caught on quick. So the right person will do it. But I
But
was just
this guy didn't even want to do.
no, no,
Yeah, he was just
that's
like, yeah,
yeah,
I
no.
just want to draft. He's like, I don't want to do consultations. I was like, well, it's the posting is for a consultation attorney.
He was just hoping maybe you
Yeah,
had
he
an
might
open secret spot ready for him.
yeah, he might just be clicking on like apply to almost anything that's out there. One of those.
Yeah.
I
I
had
don't know,
another.
those people will drive me cray cray because I like
Yeah,
you to read the fine print. There was one girl, I don't remember, but she would even put like an egg, Easter egg in there where you had to respond in the subject line with certain words. And she would literally not even open you if you did not have those certain words because she was already seeing how much attention to detail you paid. And I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
I can respect that. Yeah.
Whether you can read directions and apply them.
Exactly. Did you read the
Yeah,
directions? And when you responded, did you actually put that keyword I asked you to put in the subject line?
that's
And for
smart.
her, that weeded out half her people already. So I was like, okay, that's clever
Yeah,
because we put
yeah,
our staff is our right hand and it's our bar license. So I can see it's, we lose sleep over making sure things are running correctly.
right, right. Yeah, that's a good way to kind of filter people. Yeah, if someone can't follow simple directions, like
Mhm.
you're probably gonna have problems with them.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have issues. Oh,
Mhm.
I might have to use that. I like that.
I liked it. I thought it made sense. I'm always big on personality tests too. I like where you come in, ask them a few questions, and kind of get a feel for what kind of person they are, what motivates them, what their affirmation or what tears them down and what boosts them up so you know that you have a good relationship and if it's
Yeah.
something you can keep going.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
say so. Mhm. Yeah, this position where I'm being definitely a lot more thorough than I was than I have been on some lesser. I don't want to say lesser positions, but yeah, I think that this one would be a lot of investment into the person. It's a lot of money to invest, and then also time, training, and all that. Yeah. Whereas some of the other positions, like a legal assistant, we could take someone in, and within a couple weeks, we can tell whether they're gonna work out. We're not paying them a huge salary, and
Right.
yeah. Hmm.
No, this one you wanting them to close and be a representation of your whole name. So I would say that's definitely they need the right personality for sure. And then what do
Yeah.
you plan to do after they land them? Hand them off to a different attorney to handle the cases?
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll go right over to our production team. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the production team will have we have a we have an attorney, a paralegal, and a legal assistant dedicated to each matter. So whether it's estate planning, probate, or Medicaid, whoever they go to has an attorney, paralegal, and legal assistant dedicated to them. Yeah. So those are the legal assistant, paralegal. They do the work on it. The attorney
Mhm.
does the reviewing, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah,
the salesperson will just route it right over to them.
I think the salesperson should have their headshots and a short bio on each so he can at least he or she can say, this will be your team. This will be who you're working with because you can tell a lot just to make them feel like they just didn't get landed and then off and don't even know who they just got handed off to. It'll personalize
Yeah,
it.
that's a good idea. It's a good
Mhm.
idea. Yeah, we have it set up in our system when a probate sale closes, a project gets automatically created in our a project in Zoho. There's projects, and we have templates for each matter, and they have they have all the tasks that need to be completed, right?
Right.
And so when a when a project is created, it automatically goes back and forth between the two, or between the three probate paralegals, on who it goes on a round robin, so it gets assigned. But I think he would be able to see that right away.
Mhm. Sometimes people did it by last names. One of the firms I'd worked for, we had a couple paralegals, and one had A through L and then M through Z or something like that. So whatever the last name of the client was, is you knew which paralegal was going to get assigned the case.
Right, right. That's interesting.
Hmm.
Oh,
But yours is more of kind of how they do appraisers, where okay, you're next.
yeah, it just gets yeah, the
That
next one
makes
up.
sense. In
Hmm.
case you have five M's and zero A's.
Right,
That
right.
makes sense. One paralegal's overworked and the other's over there like twiddling her thumbs.
Yeah, for sure.
Being bored is just as bad as being insanely busy sometimes, I swear.
uh, I would
Mhm.
much rather be overwhelmed with work
For sure.
than
I think
not having.
better when I'm, like, in crisis mode. I actually think more clearly. I get in my head too much when it's too slow because then I overthink.
Yeah, yeah. You raise that necessity level up, you know,
Mhm.
to where, okay, all this needs to be done now. By this deadline, it's like, okay, nothing else matters. What do we need to do to move at the
Mhm.
speed needed,
Yeah. You
right?
don't have time to panic. That's like you gotta
Yeah,
be solution based and figure it out.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
We're um we're very big on putting deadlines on things, on matters, especially with probate. Well, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
all of it. Yeah, all of it. We have deadlines. The speed of service that a business goes at really uh, kind of correlates with their success.
Mhm.
If you have a business that's slow as shit, they're
Mhm.
they're not going to do very well.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but when they're super fast and they get things done very, very quickly, they tend to do much better. The quality has to be there still.
Of
But
course.
yeah,
We're in
but
an Amazon Prime world. We all really, really want it within 2 days or less.
yeah,
Mhm.
isn't
And
that
I can
true?
relate because 'cause I'm the same. My
Hmm.
husband has a Hawaiian clothing line he hand creates, and it's drop shipping and, like, print on demand right now, and that's what we're trying to work of we've gone through a few warehouses, and eventually the goal is to own our own warehouse because that's one of the frustrating things is the product is amazing, but we don't hold it all. So when they order it, there's still a little bit of a week or 2 delay for them, and then how they
Hmm.
package it and how it's presented when it arrives to the customer. So we keep treating ourselves as a customer with each new one just to see what the experience is like. Like, okay, how long did it take you to get this? How did it arrive? Was it all pretty? Like those type things. Yeah,
Yeah.
things like that.
What is the, you said it was clothing? Is that what you
He
said? Yeah.
creates he's Hawaiian, and when he retired from the military, he created its Hawaiian Roots co.com, and he literally hand draws, and he wants to take the Hawaiian culture because he was born and raised, but he also wants to put some of the history and the verbiage and the language in there too, but also make it kind of like think Under Armour the Rocks line, those type thing, Muhammad Ali, where they also he has sweatshirts, hats, blankets, everything, but they're his creations. They're really cool. They're super comfortable.
That's
I
nice. That's
was
cool.
I was in one of the outfits until an hour ago when I got dressed for you. I live in them because 'cause they're so comfortable.
That's funny. So they're printed on demand, is that what you said too?
Yep, they're his creations. It's his website and his store, but when you order it, it literally will print off to one of the places we have that manufactures it, so then they issue it as soon as someone orders it, so we don't warehouse and already have, like, hundreds of them ready.
Right.
They don't
Right.
do it until so it's great for not having to, have thousands of documents and which sizes are gonna be most popular, but it's more the one
More
of his
time.
mentors is a fuel hunt. I don't know if you're familiar with them. He built a big 7 8 figure business, and he started like us, like just grassroots, and then he now owns his own warehouse, but he started just like we are. So Keone had a conversation with him and got a lot of great mentorship and step by step, and he's like, you're doing all the right things right now, you're just at the beginning stages, so here's what you do. So that was motivational to him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. One of our good friends is an Amazon seller,
Oh yeah,
and he started it's Zule Kitchen. If you've ever bought a milk frother,
they have.
you've
Have.
probably gotten one of
For
theirs.
coffee.
Uh-huh.
The electric white ones or the, man
I think they've
handheld?
yeah, they're handheld. Yeah, the
Okay,
small like yeah, they're
'cause we've
like
had
yeah,
both.
uh-huh. Yeah, small handheld ones. I think they're like 10, 11 bucks, something like that.
Mhm.
But he started out with a lemon squeezer. That was their first thing. It was back in like maybe 2017 or something. He was uh, driving. He was a he did like coding or something like that, and then was like Uber driving, like
Okay,
door dashing or something like
yeah.
some. And he was like, I want to make a couple extra $100. If I can make a couple of like 500 extra bucks a month,
Mhm,
I'll be happy.
mhm.
Uh, Fast forward to today, and he's top 5 in all of Amazon sales,
Amazing.
selling 100 it's a over like, I think last year was like 125 million in revenue, something like
That is
that.
amazing, and he only does the milk frothers?
No, he's got a whole kitchen line now. The milk frother is
Okay,
like the big one, yeah, but a whole kitchen line. Started out with just a lemon squeezer. That was it.
that's amazing. And how
Yeah.
does he feel about the Amazon selling? I've heard good and bad. Like,
I mean, it's made him,
that's killing
you
it.
know,
That's
a
awesome. Good for
multi-millionaire. Yeah. Yeah, so
good
he's a
for him.
big proponent of it.
Yeah, I've heard quite the stories. That and, Etsy, like people that just have they dabble and then their dabble turns into an actual full-time career, allowing them to quit their jobs and move on to more passions, which I think's awesome. I love capitalism, so
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, good for him, man. Yeah, he's got a very strong work ethic, super intelligent, but he loves Amazon. It's like, how can you not love as a consumer? How
Mhm.
can you not love it, right? It's like you can take
Yeah.
something, you can use it for a couple weeks, it breaks, and you return it,
Oh,
get
yeah.
your money back, no questions asked.
No, you literally take it to the UPS store, drop it off, and sometimes you don't even need a box, bag, nothing. You literally just hand it to them and say, "I'm done," and they take care of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not to me, it's common sense. It's brilliant that he came up with it. He says,
Mhm.
but I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it removes the main the main objection that people have really with sales, and I preach these to our guys all the time, is a fear, right? So potential clients have a fear of making the wrong decision.
Mhm.
Okay, so they don't buy
Mhm,
because they fear that they're gonna yeah, buying from you is not the right choice.
mhm.
Maybe they could get it for less, maybe your quality is not gonna be that good, maybe it you know, whatever. But it's a fear, it's all fear-based. Not all, there's definitely some legitimate objections that you hear, like, "I can't I literally have no money in my bank account, I can't pay your legal fees."
Right.
Um, right? Stuff like that. But most of it's centered around fear, fear of making the wrong decision. And you look at Amazon and they've they completely handle that.
Yes,
Like,
they
okay,
did.
yeah, take our product, you don't like it for whatever reason, return it. You don't have to pay for anything. No, you don't have to pay for shipping back.
No,
Uh, yeah, no questions
that's
asked, no
in your phone.
hassle.
Press a
Uh,
button and it'll show up at your door. You
yeah.
decide. I bought a gigantic mirror for one of our closets, and it came and it was, like, slightly bent, and it had been, like, 3 weeks before we even looked at it because we needed to unpackage it, and as soon as we did, we did it, took it back, and the thing was massive. It took up our whole Mercedes, and they instantly took the whole thing back and sent me a whole new one, and I'm like, "Even the shipping, I know what that cost you guys to go back and forth, and not a problem." I'm like, "You guys probably spent more on getting it to me and back than you I did to pay for the thing itself."
Uh-huh.
But they are
I was
excellent.
yeah, I was just with some friends. We were out in California over the weekend for a memorial. I saw some old friends from a while
Oh,
ago, and one of them was telling me about Costco's return policy,
oh
and
my
apparently it is amazing.
oh,
Um,
good. Okay.
yeah, he, they moved from California to Arizona like 4 or 5 years ago, and 10 years before that, 10 years before they moved, he bought like this outdoor statue, this like metal thing from Costco, and it was sitting outside for 10 years, and it had faded. It had faded. He bought it for like 500 bucks or something like that. He brings it back to them 10 years later. No receipt, no box, nothing. He obviously has an account with them. And he's like, "Hey, I want to return this." And they look it up and they're like, "Why do you want to return it?" He's like, "Well, it's faded." They said, "No problem."
Was
And
he
just
testing them, or he legit was like, "You know
he
what? 10 years
he
later, I think I'm gonna
he's
try this."
yeah, he's a little funny like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but
Yeah, 10 years of weather. I think even I did that with a TV once to Target, and my husband was so impressed. I just put it on a buggy, brought it in, no box, no cords, no nothing. I was like, "Hey, I don't know what this isn't working." They're like, "Oh, when did you buy it?" I'm like, "I have no idea." And they're like, "No problem. Let me just go scan and give one." They gave us a whole brand new. And my husband's like, "I don't know how you do it." But that, even that, I probably wouldn't have had the nerve to try that one. That was good.
yeah. Well,
My hat
and
goes
then
off.
oh my god, and then my other buddy who was there, he was like, "Well, I got a story a little bit better with Costco as well." He bought a bidet from them,
Oh gosh.
and 3 years later, it, like, short circuits, and maybe it wasn't 3 anyway, it short circuits, doesn't work anymore, and he called the company, the manufacturer, and they kinda made him wrong and said, "You should have had used a surge protector." So he brought it back to Costco. He said he put it in a trash bag. He said he had really cleaned it. He said he had cleaned it really well, but
Oh,
he brought it back, and the woman was like, "What is that?" He said, "It's a bidet." And she's like, "All right, just leave it in the trash bag. Here's your money back."
oh
And
my gosh.
I
No,
know.
no.
He
My
said
husband loves
he was so
those.
embarrassed.
He did
He's
those over when he was overseas, and he came back a huge fan. I feel like
oh,
anyone that goes over the out of the country and comes back all wants one.
we have them on our toilets.
Do you? Of
Oh, they're
course you do.
amazing.
You guys
It's
are always
amazing.
high-end. Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
I am impressed. I do not. I'll add that to the list.
I'll add it to the list. It is, yeah, it's like taking a shower
Girls
without having to take a shower.
Okay, no, that's brilliant. I can totally get behind that then.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to do that, and I'll hang it on
Yeah.
my under my receipt, so if 3 years later it short circuits, I can return it.
You don't even have to hold onto your receipt with Costco. Apparently, they just look it up in your account, and
Hey,
I know.
okay. Well, that's good. They
Yeah.
were I like that. Who knew? I love good customer service.
Yep. Yep.
So, I always tell clients too when they would call and they would tell me frustrations with previous attorneys. I'm like, I genuinely feel like if you know what you're talking about and you're genuinely nice and respond to people, you're already above half the attorneys. Like it's you've already set yourself apart, and then it's just finding your niche and uniqueness to you to keep going further. But I'm like, wow, guys, you don't make it that hard to be a decent human. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I think that attitude with attorneys generally kind of comes about. Now, this is just my opinion, right? But I think it generally comes about from like litigation. You
That's
know,
true.
yeah, you get a bit
That's
jaded.
That's one thing, because I'm a voiceover artist as well as a lawyer, as you know,
Yep.
and, people were asking me that, and I'm like and I was just talking about that to some gentlemen at Podfest. I'm like, "It's a totally different in law, everything is watch your back, do your words. Is there written proof, something that can be used as evidence? Like, you're nice, but you're always trying to one up the other, and everyone's type A. The other world is completely opposite. They're
Yeah.
so collaborative, not competitive, and I'm like, this just makes my little heart so happy. Like there's some good humans. It's a whole new world.
Right.
I love both worlds.
Yeah. Um, the whole non-stuffy attorney brand is kind of it's branching out it's been starting to branch out with other uh practice areas like but it because we do estate planning and that type of thing that's
Mhm.
primarily been who we attracted first. But yeah, within transactional attorneys, yeah, you just don't see people are it's funny because I'm like all these people in the groups that these groups, right? The non-stuffy attorney Facebook
Yes.
group, the estate planning professionals Facebook group, right? All
Yes.
these groups, like everyone's super chill and down to earth and willing to help um and then you hear about these other these other types of attorneys who, you know,
Mhm. Oh,
just
no, I belong to some other law groups that they're a
they're
whole
just
mix
assholes
across all the United States, and they are vicious. They're all like 9,000 women attorneys in one group, and they will rip apart. They are very opinionated,
in the
and
comments. They'll go at each other.
they don't mind expressing it. I was like,
Ugh,
yeah. So I no, I love your group. Your group is very collaborative and
yeah,
fun and super. The guy that just like what last week or so created a whole video for all of us on it. Like I'm like,
amazing.
that is amazing.
Isn't it so great?
Yes,
So
I love
great.
it. So thank you, Joe. We're all benefiting from your kindness.
Good, good. Look, the more that I don't know, kind of the whole thing with the non and this ties the non-stuffy attorney brand ties in with that. It's like the more that you help, the better other people are going to be,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And then it comes back to you because you start creating a better impression of attorneys in general.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, if I help 10 attorneys and now they go out and their interaction with clients is now a bit different and
Mhm.
better, right? The public then perceives them as, oh, that's attorneys. All attorneys aren't assholes, right?
Correct.
Okay, right? Like these
Mhm.
guys were great that I met with, blah blah blah. So it comes around. It's like, okay, yeah, we're helping out. We help out other people, other attorneys, but it definitely comes full circle. And that's kind of like our mission statement for the non-stuffy attorney brand is we want to um, change the public's perception of attorneys.
I love that. That's why I
Yeah,
always said as a VIP boutique law firm. That's why I made my waiting areas like a living room with
yeah,
you've got snacks, you've got drinks, you've got Netflix, you've got TV, you got a couch that pulls up and you can rest your legs. You got coloring books for the kids, like taking away that whole fear of going and having a conversation with attorneys
yeah,
because the domino effects of them avoiding us is so much more worse. And so I'm in total agreement with you. So
yeah, yeah. It's exciting. We want to get this brand as well known as possible and have other attorneys using the trademark and it's it's like most attorneys and the transactional attorneys that we know are super super chill, down to earth, right? They're
Mhm.
like the epitome of a non-stuffy attorney. But the problem is that the public doesn't know that
Correct.
until they meet them,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
So it can be but when we've benefited, fortunately, At Cost Law Office has, because people just read it on our website, they read it on our print material, right? They're just reading non-stuffy attorney wherever we're marketing, and so they get that we're relaxed and down to earth and all that without even having to meet us.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, so you can kind of hit this broader sphere. Um, yeah, we want to
They already trust you a little bit more before they've even met you
right,
because they're all geared up like, okay, this dude's gonna try to one up me, talk down to me, and overprice me. And instead, they're already like, oh, cool. He's wearing a sweatshirt and it's casual, and there's a dog floating around the office, and they're humans that are just really brilliant and smart, know how to meet my legal needs. So
right,
I think it's brilliant, and I love
yeah,
it. I think
yeah,
gone are the days. They've done that across the board where you notice even like one of the influencers I was with this past weekend has like 13 million followers and she's a big deal. But she gave every person standing in line for her book signing and everything, everybody was like 5 minutes. The whole line was growing and she didn't
wow,
rush at all. She just made you feel like you were her best friend. She took pictures, she gave you hugs, she listened to you. Like there was no time crunch. And I feel like a lot of them do that. You get behind the scenes of what Ivanka Trump is doing or the sense or Jeff Bezos, like they're becoming more approachable. Where in the olden days when you and I grew up, it was like, oh, if you own something, you never knew who the owner was and they were the untouchables. And that's
yeah,
changed. And
yeah,
I think it's a good thing.
yeah. Times sure have changed, haven't
Mhm.
they? The
Mhm.
internet and social media and podcasts and
I'm still trying to learn that social media game.
yeah,
I guess you guys are getting really good. Your wife is awesome. I love her videos.
yeah. She's the best. She's the best.
Mhm.
Yeah, I try to post, but I think like everyone else, it's like I kind of like, oh shit, things just come up and then I forget to do it.
You're good with the in-person, though. You stay really good with the collaboration, and then she stays amazing with being right on target. You can count on her to have a little tidbit of legal wisdom every single day.
Yeah, yeah. She's very consistent. Very consistent.
Mhm.
Doesn't post like at least once a day. Yeah,
That's awesome. Good for
yeah.
her.
We were a bit worried about the whole TikTok ban.
You get 75 more days for them to figure
70.
something out.
I
They took
know.
that cut with them. I didn't see that coming until I went to go utilize it, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
I
But
know.
it got restored this morning. I got the
Cap
little
Cap
notification.
CapCut is restored now.
Yeah, it's restored
Oh,
as of this morning, and,
okay,
Trump
good.
got 75 days on everything, and I guess they're gonna try to negotiate and figure something out.
Sure, hope they do because you look at some of these businesses. We use TikTok for business,
Mhm,
but we don't get that much business. We get business from it, but we're not going to close our doors if TikTok
mhm,
shuts down. But there are a lot of people out there who have
mhm,
created their whole
mhm,
business, their whole life
mhm.
on that platform, and then just to take it, right? It's like it's fucked up.
One of the, she's the sex fairy is what she's called. She was one of the other influencers there, and she was really anxious about TikTok shutting down when on because she was saying like about 40 to 50,000 of her followers, that's where she's the most intimate with them is on TikTok. So she's across several social platforms, but that one was especially important and vital to her business. So I think, and then all the people that went from an average person to blew up, and they support their entire families off of
Right.
becoming a TikTok influencer. Didn't they create a TV show of like those two sisters that they went from nobody to super millionaires and bought their whole family's houses, parents, and everything based off their TikToks.
There you go. There
So
you go.
I think it's cool. It's like the American dream right there, front and
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, totally. And then people will be like, "Oh, we'll just go to another platform." Well,
Mm,
it's not that easy, right? It's like, okay, you can be on
mm,
several different platforms posting the same content and one of them takes off and the other kind of just
right.
don't, so you could take someone that has, 2 million followers on TikTok and they
Hmm.
got a couple thousand on Instagram and It's just not as simple as saying just move to Instagram.
No, they had TikTok was always known for having the best algorithms that were the most friendly to people. So, like, that's where people would go from nobody to hugely popular, and even if from there you could direct them to your other socials, they at least now knew you existed, where they didn't before TikTok,
Hmm.
because the way it was just floats it around.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I put my first TikTok post out a week before the ban, so then I paused and I was like, "Okay, let me see where this goes before I invest more energy in here."
Right.
But actually, now that they have it, I should go out there and really put it in there so at least people can direct to the other places.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
rethink.
That's funny. Um, so back to the probate, you're going to get that rolling this year. How are
Mhm.
you? What's your plans for getting leads for that?
For probate? Well, the thing is, social media is the huge golden secret that I've never done anything with. Like, I created accounts and then am not consistent at all. So I was wanting to start being consistent and come up with some legal things and do videos like your wife and stuff, where you're just sharing knowledge and showing personality and seeing if that even starts generating and just garnering attention. And then the old fashioned, talk to the title companies, funeral homes, get to know people, and just let them know you exist. And if you have a favorite, wonderful. If you ever find yourself in need of trying someone new, please keep me in mind. That's kind of the thoughts. And then you always highly recommend those postcards. So,
Not for probate.
yeah, so estate planning, you like postcards.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Ryan, I think you love for the SEO, for
Oh,
the
yeah. Well,
ads.
he does our SEO too. But I hired him initially for the Google ads. So
Awesome.
yeah, so he runs those for us. But yeah, he's been the best that we've run into. I don't know how you can get much better than him. And he's constantly on top of it. He's constantly trying to make it better, and yeah,
Hmm.
can't say enough of good things about him for sure.
Yeah, we found him for you. Thanks for sharing him with everybody. Anyhow,
I
I
know.
realized the secret. I had posted on your post telling him, "Hey, Ryan, I'm curious." And then 3 others did too, and I noticed he never posted back, so I sent him a private message, and he responded in 2 seconds.
Oh,
So
is
I
that
think
right?
yeah, so I think he just didn't realize people were all wanting him to give him quotes, but they were in the messages, and he wasn't seeing that in
I'll have
the
to tell him
thread.
that
Yeah.
he needs to get a little bit more aware. You tell him he needs
Or
to start
or
checking it.
when you post, put in there and direct message me, like, if you
Yeah.
want something, because I gave him a couple a week or so, and then I just sent him a message and said, "Hey, I posted, but I don't know if you saw it or not." And in 5 seconds, he responded right away.
Yeah, he might be missing out on some business there if he's not checking the
Yes,
comments.
I wasn't the only one. There was a couple more in there that wanted quotes from him, so that would be
How's
good.
that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Huh.
he was really awesome. I had a conversation with him, and then I have to see. I'm one of those, you know how it's like the cobbler that has no shoes? So his children. So everything is, I've got the stuff I need to do, but then new clients come in, so they go top of the priority list. And so personal
Yeah.
stuff goes down and new clients go up.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. Yeah. Um,
We should really, I'm looking to hire someone for Tampa office, but I really want them to be estate planning and probate experience, just to have another set of eyes that at least gets the concepts. And that's back to where the Indeed and trying to cipher through. I'm not really looking forward to that part.
yeah, do you have Indeed Recruiter?
I think I just have the traditional one, a few time rounds that I've done where you just go do a posting, they send you all these applicants and things, and then you have to feed through them and do all the interviews.
Yeah, you probably have Recruiter then, because there's like the regular LinkedIn page, and then you can pay. I think I think it costs money.
I did the
Um,
one that costs money, so I
yeah,
definitely paid for
yeah,
it.
that's Recruiter Lite. So you can search for people and different filters and put out job postings and all that. But then there's like a recruiter. There's Recruiter
Mm,
Lite, which is what we have, and then there's Recruiter. And when I was looking for the sales position, I put a post up, but I noticed that there was some filters that I didn't have access to. They were there, but I
mm.
couldn't use them.
Right.
Um, and so I contacted LinkedIn, and they were basically like pre-qualifying me, right? Okay, how many
LinkedIn or
people are
Indeed?
LinkedIn? Oh no, LinkedIn. Were we talking about Indeed?
Really? Yeah, I haven't tried LinkedIn. I
Oh,
just
oh, I'm
I
sorry.
went on the Indeed one.
I got off onto LinkedIn for some reason. That's where my mind was on. I thought
I
we
was
were
like,
talking about
"That's a
Indeed.
secret I haven't tried." I didn't try LinkedIn.
No, yeah, LinkedIn has two different things: Recruiter Lite and then Recruiter.
Okay.
So yeah, you have your basic profile, you connect it with your business, but yeah, in Recruiter Lite, you can search for people in the area, you can reach out to them directly. It's
Nice.
a small fee, it's not very much.
Sure.
It's like a monthly fee. But then they also have the regular Recruiter, which is much more, has many more filters, and you can really narrow down who you're looking for to contact them
Oh,
directly. Uh-huh.
sweet.
Yeah, but then it says contact them for pricing. It doesn't say the pricing on the
Oh,
website. So I was like, oh, it was such a pain in the ass to get someone on the phone too.
mm,
Um,
that's
eh,
never fun.
no, never fun. But yeah, he was like, look, it's going to be at minimum 15 grand a year to use it.
What?
I was like,
Just to be able to yeah, no.
yeah,
No.
it's probably meant for like recruiting agencies
Yeah.
or large companies who are doing lots of recruiting, right? When
Mhm.
we're hiring a few people a year, that doesn't make sense.
No. No. Well, great. Thanks for going through that for me, so now I don't have to waste time doing it. I know, I'll just do the light version.
Yeah, I was so irritated. I was like, God, why don't they just give the pricing on here?
Yeah, that's usually always a sign when you're not that
Totally.
transparent, like, yeah, that I've
Yeah.
never been a big fan, or it's such a wide gap. It'll be anywhere from 5 to 50,000. Oh, okay, well, that's quite a jump.
Right.
Mhm. I like to know. It's like, I don't even care if you're gonna be a little hefty. If I feel like the quality is there for it, just tell me straight up what it is, so I already know if I'm in the mindset for it.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So
Family
hopefully,
law attorneys have a better, easier time. They just belong to these little groups and they just share paralegals. And
mm,
so one of my
they,
friends, she found a great paralegal for a very cost effective just by posting in the group.
they share paralegals. Is that what you said?
Like, well, they'll just share this one's leaving, this one, my paralegal has a paralegal looking, but they're all very experienced in family law already. For some reason, an experienced probate paralegal seems to be very elusive. And I don't know if it's just they love who they're with and they just don't shift. So
Yeah.
once they're in, they love their boss and they don't go anywhere, which is great. But I just don't seem to see a lot of those floating around. I see a lot
W-
of civil litigation, a lot of family law, a lot of the other arenas.
Yeah, we got really lucky. It was just over a year ago. It was December of last year. We wanted a estate planning paralegal,
Mhm.
an additional one. So I put out a posting on Indeed, got a reply from a woman, and she only had probate experience.
Okay.
And uh, yeah, but she's like, hey, uh, I have a friend who is an estate planning paralegal, and how about I connect you guys? And she's like,
Wow.
if you ever need a probate paralegal, let me know. Um, so I interviewed the girl, and she went. Her name's Rihanna, the estate
Mhm.
planning paralegal. Interviewed Rihanna. The one who initially applied, her name's Ashley. Rihanna was talking up Ashley so much, and I said, you know what? All right, we do have a decent amount of probate cases. Let me talk to her again to
Right.
see, So I ended up hiring both of them.
Awesome.
Now so what happened was there was a law firm. I don't know if you heard about this or not. It was on the news and all this stuff. I forget his last name. His name's Dennis. Had a law firm up in Palm Harbor.
Oh,
And
he's the guy that ditched, like, took everyone's retainers and did nothing? I do remember that all over the news, and they were even finding case files in the trash can. What was that?
uh,
That's
so what
crazy.
happened was, yeah, I think he had like 20 staff. He had like 20 employees. And he was basically, we lost a few sales to him. He was charging very low rates,
Right.
very, very low rates. He got kind of like desperate at the end,
Yeah.
and I don't know what his financial situation was. I really want to have him on the podcast. I want to talk to him.
Yeah,
Um, but apparently he was charging very low rates, and then they just got tons and tons of work, right? Because of the low rates. But
of
they weren't making money because of the low rates. They had a lot of staff. More staff you have, the payroll's higher, right? All that.
course.
It's just a
And
whole
it's
thing.
still time consuming.
So it was on a Sunday. He calls his employees up individually and says, "I'm closing the office effective immediately."
Wow.
Like probate cases that are mid matter, right? Estate
Wow.
plan, like all this stuff, guardianships.
Just
Uh,
done?
I'm done. I'm closing shop. I'm walking away.
Wow.
And he obviously got disciplined by the bar. I don't know what the end result was. I think he lost his license, but I believe he might be facing like other charges as
Mhm.
well because of it. But so these two girls were working there, and
Oh.
yeah, they were working. They were both at the same place. So I ended up hiring them both, and then they're like, "Hey, do you guys need another attorney?" Said, and we kind of did. We kind of did need another attorney. We were kind of on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
Ashley was really getting overworked, and
Mhm.
uh, so I interviewed her, loved her, absolutely loved her. She's so sweet and really knowledgeable and personable and really witty. Hired her right on the spot. So I have three of them, right? And then they all started working right around the same time. And about 3 weeks later, our receptionist quits, gives her 2 weeks notice.
Oh,
Um, yeah, reception has been one of the most difficult positions to fill.
yeah.
It has been unbelievably difficult. You get someone
Oh,
that
'cause
comes
they
in,
answer phones all day long? That's
I
weird.
don't know. Yeah, we've hired experienced receptionists. People who have been doing it for 10 years, and
Right.
um, they're very is a generality, but they're kind of flighty. Right?
Yeah.
They Another opportunity comes, or
Always greener
like
pasture in their head.
yeah, like the one we hired, she was like so gun ho about this position. She loved their culture. And then one day she'd only been working for us for like 4 months. And then she was like, I decided I'm going to go back to cosmetology school. So I can only work for you guys part-time, very minimal hours. And so it wasn't workable for us. But
Right.
so anyway, she puts in her 2 weeks. I put an ad out. One of these girls somehow sees the ad because I didn't even tell anyone that I was putting an ad. I don't tell anyone in the office like, oh, there's
Mhm.
job openings. I probably should.
Yeah.
Uh, but they come to me and they said, hey, we know a girl who was, she turned into a paralegal, but she started out as our receptionist and she was amazing. And then she got promoted to legal assistant and then a paralegal. Uh, like she's not working right now. So I interviewed her. She's amazing. Hired her. She's now she's gotten promoted out of that. She's running our Zoho projects and she's basically overseeing all of our legal assistants.
Oh my
Uh
gosh. You lucked
huh.
out.
And then 2 weeks ago, um, coming out of the bathroom, going into the office, and this girl is coming out of Ashley, not my Ashley, the paralegal, coming out of her office, and she's leaving. I introduced myself to her, and then the three of us start talking. And she had worked with Dennis as well. She was the office manager, but she's very experienced in probate. And we started talking and sent her a job offer, and she's going to be starting with us on next Monday.
Oh my word. Okay,
Amazing.
any more left around there that you could
I
share my
know.
way from my Tampa
Oh,
office?
there's one other. Our Medicaid specialist was
Mhm.
working there as well.
Oh my
So
word.
we now have her. We hired her in April.
So the
So
dude gets credit because he might have done naughty things at the end, but he sure found good talent.
he's got great the staff that we have is from his office is amazing. They're so good. So we have
Um,
one, two, three, four, five, six now employees from him.
that's amazing.
Hmm.
And he had around
All
20, so we need to find one of the other 14
I
and see
know.
where they ended up. That is
Yeah.
really awesome for you. And what did they
Mhm.
say what he was like to work for him? Was he like, did they get any premonitions this was coming? Did he just get overwhelmed?
No, they didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming, but they knew that the rates weren't high. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
they
it's
knew
not a
that.
nonprofit. You're in it for business.
Right,
So
you gotta make
that's
money. If you don't make money, you're out of business.
yeah.
Um, but no, they didn't see it coming. Yeah, it was pretty shocking to them. Uh, apparently, they talk shit on him a little bit here and there,
Mhm.
kind of making fun of him about stupid stuff. But all in all, it sounded like he was an all right guy. Yeah.
Oh,
Who knows? Maybe he had a gambling problem or some shit. Who knows what's
yeah.
going on?
There's no, waking up and having that much overhead, I could see where that would overwhelm everybody.
Yeah. But I put myself in his shoes. It's like, okay, for us, if we were to just close the office, like how bad do things have to be to do that?
Yeah.
They have
Without
to be
even closing the files you already have open and seeing those through
right.
to the end, like, because you technically still owe a service to your clients who've retained you, and you need to go get court orders releasing you officially and everything else. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I totally
Things have to
feel
be
that.
yeah, things have to be so bad to do that. It's like it's you kind of think about kind of like someone who commits suicide. It's like, okay, how bad is it for them? You know?
I actually know someone who did that in Brevard
Right.
County, and he was
Yeah.
really cool. He was an MMA fighter and a criminal law criminal defense attorney, and he committed suicide, I think it was last year, and he won awards. He was very well liked by the community, great guy, handsome, outgoing, and just he had a wife and a baby. And then there's rumors that his wife was working for him and screwed up something and he was going to have to take the hit for it. So
Mm.
that's kind of where, but you never know what's that last straw for somebody.
Right, right. Those MMA fighters get a lot of concussions too. Those
Hmm.
kinda yeah, those there's some linkage
Well, he's
there.
also a criminal defense attorney. So who knows what kind of clientele you have.
Yeah, he
Did
had all
he,
kind
he did good and has a hit out on you because
the cards were
who
stacked against them.
yeah, I don't know, but I liked him as a person. He was really cool.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. Yeah, things gotta be really, really shitty to just be done like that, whether it's off in yourself or off in your business or whatever,
Mhm.
right? It's like or you're just completely crazy.
I
One
think
of the
it's one of
2.
those everyone can have an opinion, but until you walk in those shoes, you honestly don't know how you would react to different
Right,
circumstances life throws at you. So
right.
that was a big wake up call for me when I worked for Judge for 4 years and we did civil and family and criminal. You literally when you're pre that, you're like, "Oh my god, police said they're bad, so they must be bad." And then you get in there and you're like, "No, that bad guy should be in jail and he just got off scot-free." And that poor innocent person thought they were just gonna show up and testify and share their story and we'd all see the light. And instead, they're going off to prison because they tripped all over themselves and the other attorney was too. So I you really start to second guess and analyze. You don't just take everything at face value anymore. So
Yeah,
that was a very good learning lesson. So I don't judge anything.
same. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I like everyone till you give me a reason not to. So being pretty open-minded about it all.
yeah. Even then, even when people do me dirty, you could say, uh, it's like what's going on in their space?
Mhm.
What's happening, right?
Oh, I'm big in having communication before I do closure. Like, okay, let's have a chat. Is there something that I did that you did? Is there can I help you some way? And then if you're kind of showing your true colors or I'm starting to learn a little bit of your quality and your ethics, then I'll be just distance myself.
Mhm.
But those are more rare. Humans, we're all in one big community, one big world. We need to lift each other up, not tear each other down.
That's
There's life
right.
is hard enough without beating each other when you're having a bad day.
Yeah. That's very
Mhm.
true. Very true. Um,
So you
yeah,
guys just have your Clearwater location? Are you ever gonna
mhm.
expand, get other office locations?
It's a good question. It's a
Mhm.
very good question. I don't know. I don't know. I was talking with someone about it last week. We were kind of given the opportunity to purchase a firm. This
Mhm.
woman had 3 offices in the Tampa Bay area, and I looked at, like, you have to staff each one,
Mhm.
and you have to manage each one. I'm not a big fan of remotely managing.
Mhm.
You really can't get the culture,
Mhm.
uh, and
No, you definitely
so
have to pop in. I know with my 2, I live a week here and a week there, so I literally am just hands-on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a little different. So I think the answer is no. I think.
that's okay. It's still
Yeah,
you have brilliant ideas, so you guys are killing it. So you'll do good. I
yeah.
told
I look
you
at, like,
I told you I always saw you as like a Brock and Scott. You start when I worked for them like 25 years ago, you started off as one little office with a satellite, and then all of a sudden you're covering several states.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I could see doing that, opening up in other states
Mhm.
for sure. But we're primarily doing, you know, estate planning, probate, and Medicaid.
Mhm.
So probate and Medicaid, we market to the whole state, so everything's done pretty, remotely. Um,
Mhm.
Estate planning, most of our clients are here local. We do the signings with them
Mhm.
and all that. But probate and Medicaid is a big money maker for us. Uh, so yeah, I think I would rather have just one large office, like
I think that's great
300
too.
300 employees in one under one roof or
Mhm.
something like that.
That's cool. When you do your estate planning clients that are outside your driving, do you do send mobile notaries to them, or you just do mail aways where you print everything and overnight it and have them go find witnesses in a notary?
We've used mobile notaries.
Okay. And do you
Yeah,
include that in your cost, or do you extend it and just be like, "We'll set it all up for you, and here's the fee?"
good question. We do charge them for it. Yeah, or we have them pay for it. I don't think
Okay.
we don't take any profit on it. But it's
Same.
yeah, it just doesn't happen very often. Uh,
I didn't have too many, like, I'll have some in Pensacola, but lately, I've been having a lot more in the Miami area, and so it's a little too
Interesting.
far to drive and set up.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to think of creating a relationship with a mobile notary, but I didn't know if I should offer it as a courtesy or just actually what feedback you had gotten when you said, "Sure, we'll set everybody up and they'll come straight to your house. It'll just be an additional $200."
Yeah. Uh, how much does a mobile notary charge? Not much, right?
Here in Tampa, it's like 150, but if in the Miami area, they're more like 250 if you need them to show up with witnesses as well.
So
So
if you
that's
need witness, so
because they
250 with witnesses.
correct, and then around 200 if you didn't need witnesses.
That's
Witnesses
still
weren't
not.
much, they were like $25 each, like, they weren't nothing.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's still not
Not at
bad.
all. That's why I almost didn't know, should I eat the cost and make me stand out niche better or just inflate? That's why I was curious for as you, as another professional, what your opinion was.
Yeah, unless you're charging like 10,000 or more for your
Mm-mm, I
estate
am not.
plans. Yeah, I
I'm
wouldn't.
telling you, I am not the cheapest and I'm not the most expensive, I say, and which is one of those where you analyze. I didn't raise my prices this year. I let them grandfather in from last year because last year I had raised them quite a bit. So this year I just let it stay alone while I'm still put the focus elsewhere. Any
Yeah.
tips for trying to create a more probate presence in Tampa? I know that's your thing too, but any you want to share?
Probate is so tough.
Do you like to go out there and find the actual family member needing probate, or do you prefer to build the relationships with the referral partners like the real estate brokerages and funeral homes and flippers?
So we don't really have many relationships for probate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have relationships with other attorneys who know that we do probate and they'll send us stuff, but we haven't really fostered them. Um, and that's something that's like on our agenda,
Mhm.
especially, Medicaid as well, fostering those relationship with the nursing homes.
Mhm.
Um, but that's been one of our weak points. It's just kind of borne out that way because I've really driven uh, the instant calls, right?
Right.
Like digital ads and you know, social stuff like that, postcards. Those people call immediately.
Mhm.
Um, the other stuff is more of a long term game,
Mhm.
right? Getting fostering the relationships. And since Ashley and I started working together, it's always been I have this urgency to increase the income. Like, okay, get the
Um,
income up, get the income up. Um, and so what that means is that we get more and more leads that come in, which
Mhm.
means that we need to do more and more consults. So
Right,
like getting out there and like doing these networking events and
right.
fostering it's like it's on the back burner. Like when you look at your calendar at the beginning of the week when Ashley's, you know, 6 consults every day, the start of
Right.
the Monday, it's like, all right, when am I going to have time to go out and do this?
Mhm.
It's like you just don't. Uh, so part of hiring another, building up the sales team will enable us to start doing that.
That'll
Um,
help that it's an attorney too, if that's your sales team, because then if you guys do get overworked, that person can literally pick up the reins and start handling some of the cases too and signing off on them.
sure,
Because
sure.
'cause that'll help. Because probate, if you have excellent paralegals, it can be a little easier on the
Uh,
attorney. Estate planning, I feel like, is more attorney heavy than paralegal heavy.
yeah, our paralegals are just as good as attorneys.
That's
They're
awesome.
Yeah, they're incredible. They're incredible. I think about our estate planning paralegal, and it's like it's a shame she's not an attorney.
Does she have
She's
any
just.
interest to be? She could always go to law school.
I don't think so. She's never mentioned it. I've never asked her directly, but yeah, yeah, kind of surprising that she didn't, or that she's not. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, some of these paralegals they're better than attorneys in that sense, and so for us, it's very relaxing knowing that okay, these guys, the work that they're going to do is exceptional,
Awesome.
and then the attorney is just kind of nitpicking
Oh,
stuff, and
yes.
you
Or
know,
changing some verbiage to the way that satisfies us, that is clear and concise, not gonna be vague and ambiguous.
right,
Yeah.
right.
When you find more staff like that and don't need them, send them my way, please. Even just one. I'll take
The
part-time, full-time, I'm
Yeah.
flexible.
They have to be really bad for me not to keep them around.
Oh, no, I
Um,
mean when you already have enough and you just keep finding extra.
oh, yeah, yeah, we got too many of
High quality attracts high quality, so when you have a whole pool of them and you just don't even have work for them to do.
'em.
Yes.
I think our culture has really bred that in a sense. I know because Ashley she has very high standards.
Which is
Uh,
wonderful.
yeah, absolutely wonderful. But so she's got the high standards but she insists on others having
Mhm,
them as well,
mhm.
right? And it's like it's not acceptable. Um, and if you don't have that ability to confront somebody with, hey, this work sucks, right? Like
Yeah,
what was done here is like totally
okay,
not what
you
we
could
want.
do better.
Yeah, it's awful. We need to fix it. And just not being reasonable about it, not like making
Mhm.
excuse. It's easy to like, okay, someone else makes an error and then you come up with excuses on why they did that or whatever. It's like, okay, not even getting into that. It's just okay, what what was the mistake and what do we need to do to fix it so it doesn't happen again?
And then
Um,
how do you guys handle that if there is a pattern where they just seem to be a little sloppy and they don't seem to wanna take feedback? There's just always one excuse after the other.
they don't stay.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
so you kinda say you've got this much time to ship up or ship out?
Not so much in those words, but we've had meetings with employees where we're like, look, this is the second or third time that we're getting with you on this same thing.
Right.
Um, it can't happen anymore, right? It's a very just direct. Uh,
What about if they're amazing in one arena and suck in another? Do you just try to go find another staff, or do you feel like you're almost letting them get away with it because they'll almost start to cheat the system where they're like, "Ooh, if I don't really like doing this role, I'll just start getting a little sloppy in it, and they'll just take that one off my plate and give me the stuff I do like."
yeah, good question.
Asking for a friend, not. I had one of those, so that's why I'm asking for wisdom how to handle it when it comes again.
Yeah, yeah. We let a woman go maybe 6 months ago, who had been with us for a year and a half.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, she was super sweet. Um, she just wasn't getting a lot done.
Mhm,
Yeah, and yeah, it just wasn't meeting our standards, and she was very slow, very, very slow. Um, we told her we want her to start taking some cases on her own. She was a legal assistant.
mhm,
We want her to, because our whole trajectory is legal assistant into paralegal, right?
mhm.
Like you learn everything so you can become a paralegal.
Did you have them go to college and get their certification or anything? Not
No,
the experience of being able to call you
yeah,
up, charge for one.
yeah. Um, but yeah, with her, we kept talking about it and talking about it, Ashley, Stephanie, and I, and then finally pulled the trigger and just said, "Hey, it's not working out." We gave her a month severance,
Mhm.
uh, which is, you know, which is decent. But
Did you let
we
her
kept
stay the month, or did you give her a month
no,
severance, say you need to wrap up now because you don't want 'em to do damage or
right.
infiltrate the rest of the
Y-
team?
Yeah, as soon as you tell someone they're not going
Yeah.
to work for you anymore, they got to go.
No, you get no more access to client databases and private
No,
information. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
yeah.
agree.
But we let her hang around too long. But your question though,
'Cause it's like, you know they got potential and you know they're rock stars in one arena, but they just can't seem to get their shit together in another arena. So it's like, okay, I really don't know what to do with you. And when you have a conversation, you say sorry and you act like you'll improve, but you don't. So,
yeah, we had a girl. Well, she works for us still. She was intake. She did intake. We hired her as an intake specialist. Um, her voice is very monotonous, right?
mhm,
She's going to go to school eventually to become an attorney herself, but she
cool.
wanted to just come and work in a law firm and get experience. And at the time, it was like, hey, this is what we have. You can answer the phones. You can follow up with leads. It's kind of a sales position. She was like, sure, I'll take it. And she's pleasant, right? She's not like super enthusiastic. She's very monotone.
Right.
Um, super, super sharp, super bright. And I kept noticing I would hear her on the phone and it just wasn't like what how I would want.
Not warm, welcoming, and cozy. Mhm,
Right, right.
mhm,
Little very dry, and I had several conversations with her about it, and um it just wasn't really resolving. And everyone loves her. Everyone
mhm.
loves her here. She's super smart. So uh kind of coincidentally, it came up that we needed a legal assistant. Um
Mm.
so we moved her over to that role.
Just
And
stuck her in a desk and where exactly where she's the happiest and she doesn't interact much with clients. So,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah. She
Okay.
still has to interact. She still does client interactions, but um it's different than being on the intake line, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
being the
definitely different.
first face that they all
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. And that position's, it's a sales position, so you gotta have a
You have
little
to be
bit more
bubbly. You have to make
pep in your step. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit
yeah.
more a little bubblier.
They've probably
Um,
called 3 attorneys before yours and a couple more lined up for after, so you gotta do some kind of impact that resonates and makes
yeah,
them and you stand out. How many
exactly.
attorneys do you guys have right now?
Uh, we have Ashley and Kelsey, and then an of counsel that handles our business law. We have
Awesome,
another of counsel that works with us, Randy. He's down in South Florida on like higher net worth clients. So,
awesome.
mhm.
Is he
Yep.
a tax attorney as well? Like, has all that
Say it
does
again.
does he have some tax attorney background as well?
Uh, maybe a little bit, but
Mhm.
I don't I don't I'm not sure. You're asking me the technical
It's
stuff.
okay. And I might ask you at some point. I haven't delved into the high net worth yet, and I have mixed emotions about it because a lot of them say too, all of the time and strategy you invest isn't even almost worth the price tag. So you have to.
We've talked about this. We've talked about this. You have to charge a lot more. A
Mm-hmm.
lot more. Yeah, we've taken on some clients where we very much undercharge them. One comes to mind recently. We charged them like 20,000 for their
Mm-hmm.
estate plan. Um, and we split that with Randy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We split the work with him and split the fee with him. And after it was all said and done, the 10 G's that we collected still wasn't enough. Not
Mm-mm.
even no. And so some of these people that so charging 100 grand,
Mm-hmm.
like we've discussed it, Ashley and I, not too long ago. It's like not out of line to do
Mm-hmm.
that,
Right.
especially some of these people who have 50, 100 million, a
Mm-hmm.
couple 100 million in assets.
You're gonna
It's
need a
like,
lot of strategies to put in place and to
yeah,
do that, and the game plan, the drafting, the preparation, the all of that. Yeah,
yeah,
no, that seems, and usually it's a tax write-off for them anyway, because if
yeah,
they've that much, they've got some kind of portfolio in a way. So it's, yeah, 10 grand doesn't seem like anything. You could have done one or two normal average ones for that.
right,
A
right.
lot of stress.
Yeah, and that's where the flat fee uh, issue can come in when you're first touching on a new area of law,
Mhm.
right? It's like
Mhm.
you don't really know. It's like, okay, high net worth clients are the the work you do is a lot different than a regular client. But
Mhm.
when you're just starting out, you don't really know the extent of it. And so we don't do anything by billable hours. So it's like, okay, we got to charge a flat rate. Okay, what do we think?
Mhm.
20 grand. Right, throw
Mhm.
out 20 grand. It's kind of we're just pulling the number out of a hat, really.
Right.
Um, but now we're getting, much more well versed in the amount of work that's needed. Uh-huh.
That's awesome. Good.
Yeah.
Listen, no, I had no interest in high net worth clients. I just had a few clients that near that area that said, Jess, I really need you to start going out there so we can refer you to some. I want you to go and get your LLM or study. And that's when I started looking into it. And that's when I was like, I think I'd rather build a relationship, kind of like how you did with this guy in Miami area,
Yeah.
where if you need to come through me and you want me part of the conversation and touching it, and then someone that I know, like, and trust that is masters and just immerses themselves in that world every day and stays up on the new laws and strategies for the ultra rich, that makes more sense to me, what I like better.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a specialty,
Hmm.
I don't think there's any way around it, right? Handling high net worth clients is a specialty. So yeah, Randy, man, he's amazing. He's amazing. Super, super sharp, personable. Yeah, yeah, he's great. Um,
That's cool. So that's why I love too that you created this community, because it's more ways to collaborate. Like I needed a Medicaid planning attorney, and now I know you guys do that. So
yeah,
awesome. Now I have someone to refer to. I love it because the guy I used to refer to retired. So he already had his McLaren and Lambo and things, and then started having health issues and didn't want to do it anymore. So he closed up shop.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
needed
Our
a person.
our plan is to have a directory. Um, that's kind of the whole plan with the non-stuffy attorneys.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the once we get the non-stuffy attorney brand well known,
Yes.
then we would create the directory and have it. The directory project is an enormous project. It is we
Yes.
look yeah, we looked at having it built out, and the amount that it costs just to build the site is
Yeah.
ridiculous, and then you have to market it. And these other sites are so well known and so big that you have to invest a lot of money to even compete with them. But yeah, the plan is have the non-stuffy attorney directory too.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So you're going to be sharing with all of us then. We can all participate. I kind of always thought it was like your guys' brand, your niche, what you wanted to be known for, and you were just being really nice. So that's cool to know it's a business idea that everybody can jump on board with.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
great idea.
yeah. What we want to do, or what we're going to do, is license the name so that other
Awesome.
attorneys can call themselves a non-stuffy attorney.
Yeah.
They can put
When
on
the
their
public
marketing.
knows you're already a different breed. You're approachable, you're relaxed.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we'll charge like a yearly fee. We got the idea from CrossFit. Ashley and I are big, we've been at CrossFit for
Oh, yeah.
15 years. Yeah,
I
we know
told
it for
my
like 50.
husband, "Your wife is cut." I was like, "She
She
is intimidating. There's not 1 ounce of body fat on her."
she is. You should see her abs. They're like, you got a six pack under there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she's gonna be 50 here in a couple months, and
It's
she's like
amazing.
ripped. Yeah, it's she keeps me in line because I can't get all fat and sloppy. Um, yeah, but CrossFit, that's what CrossFit does. They license the name CrossFit to the gyms. So the gyms pay them a yearly fee to use the CrossFit name, and there's no business oversight. Right, each gym runs it however they want to run it. Um, there's certain requirements, like they have to have insurance, right? A certain
Mhm.
type of insurance, and they have to do like a course, like a trainer's course before, to be able to open up one. But yeah, we're kind of like looking at modeling it exactly like that.
That's
Um,
brilliant because if you mention the word CrossFit, everybody already knows what to expect. So they either love it, hate it, and already know if it's for them or not.
right.
So if you like the laid back, approachable, or relaxed, they're still super sharp. They'll get stuff done. But if you want a whole different atmosphere, or if you want the old stuffy, strict,
Yeah.
and yes, I
Yeah, if that's
think
what you
that's
want, that's what you
brilliant.
want, go for it. So yeah, so the idea is we're working on a licensing agreement right now, but we want to launch it here really soon. Like I said, an attorney will pay a yearly fee, not super high. It's not some crazy amount. They can then put it on their marketing materials. I think we might help them with their marketing materials too, if they want, like us putting it
Mm.
on their logo, right? Creating a logo
Now,
for them.
I'll be part of your beta testing program
Sure.
and I'll participate. I would love that. I would totally be a part of something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's so yeah, we'll get that going and get enough attorneys using the brand
Mhm.
that the public starts to start searching for it. Once the public starts searching for it, then we create the directory. And
Awesome.
yeah,
That is brilliant. I think that was an awesome move. And I love it. And even then, with you guys growing and have the idea, there's room for everybody to come on board and it's a win-win for everybody,
mhm,
which I think
yeah,
is the best business practices where you're not holding it so close to the vest. It's like we're going to make money, but there's room for everyone to create either a little
yeah,
bit of brand or do what they kind of do.
yeah, yeah. This name, the non-stuffy attorney, just brings us in so much business. It's crazy. It's
Which is
fucking nuts.
oh, I
People
would
just
love
Yeah, they just see it on our website and they're like, okay, I want to work with them.
it.
So
Mhm.
it's like, okay, we're gonna like do this really good thing for attorneys. Like,
Mhm.
okay, this attorney, he's non-stuffy, he's super cool, he's super down to earth. His marketing sucks, and he doesn't know really how to run a business that well. He doesn't really know how to generate leads. So okay, start branding yourself as a non-stuffy attorney and like let people start coming to you because that's who you are, right? He already is that. So, but people don't know it.
Right.
Um, yeah, and as we do that, we're going to help more attorneys. They're going to get more leads, attract more clients who the type of clients that they want, um, and then just change the whole landscape of the legal culture, right? What the public thinks
Mhm.
attorneys look like, what attorneys are.
And when it grows like wildfire, you'll cross state lines, you'll go out kind of like it'll literally take off like crazy.
Yep.
That's awesome. You need to
Yeah.
really market to military wives or spouses that are attorneys or paralegals because they are always rotating. So every time they move to new states, they'll start taking your idea with them everywhere they go.
Yeah, that's
I was
interesting.
well, we were 26 years military and I grew up military and they're a very small circle and they love when I was in North Dakota, I tried real estate for a bit and I brought the Homes for Heroes too. So I was all over the news, brought the head guy who created it. Like we're always looking for something to leave impact for when we leave that place. We've created it so they
Huh.
can bring your niche.
That's interesting. Yeah. Huh. I like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's a fun project. It hasn't I was wanting to get it launched by the beginning of January, but the law firm was like just one thing after the other, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
super
Well,
busy.
don't you notice probate? Like our busiest months pretty much tend to be what November through April. Like for me anyway, January through March is always my slammest. or
Yeah.
has been for the 6 years I've been on my own.
Yeah, we've been slammed. We had our second highest revenue week last week.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah, super, super excited about it.
You had one of those, like, the end of the year, didn't you? Like, where you
Yeah.
guys had topped? Yeah, so that means you've topped that one.
Mhm.
Good job.
Yeah, yeah. We had one in, our highest ever was in October.
Okay.
Yeah, in October. We said that we said, "Hey, if we break," we've been saying it for a few years, probably like 2 years. We've been saying, "Hey, if we as soon as we collect 100,000 in 1 week,
Mhm.
we will take all the staff to Burns Steakhouse."
I've been to Burns. You have to
Yeah.
sit know the right connection. You have to sit on the waiting list for a couple months to get in there.
Yeah, yeah. So we finally hit a hu 100,000 in we kept saying 100,000, 100,000, and, in October, we had gotten close to it. We had gotten like 90,000 a couple times, and then in October, not only did we get 100,000, but we got up to 150. I think it was
Mhm.
154 or something like that in 1 week. So just they just
Congratulations.
yeah, they just killed it, did everything right on the sales line, and so we went to Burns. We did that January 4th. We took the whole
That
team
is
over there.
awesome.
Oh
And
my
did you
god.
guys notice a trend of where that came the most from? Probate, EP, Medicaid?
Yeah, I have to look back at it. I know we looked at it then. Probate is our biggest practice area,
Mhm.
right? It's where we collect
I
the
love
most.
probate. I've always said that I would be a probate only firm if I could. Like, if I could
Yeah.
just that would be a world that I would be totally okay with.
You probably
Um,
could. You probably could. It's a lot of work, you know.
mhm,
You really our probate team is 3.5 times bigger than our other teams.
mhm.
So, because it's long and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
But,
yeah,
yeah, we
too
went
many
to,
formals to crave the summaries. Whole
yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of formals and you know how long they're gonna be. When you can few summaries pop in, you're like, "Ooh, this is good. This will be some nice, easy ones."
yeah, yeah,
So did they
yeah.
love Burns?
Oh, they loved it. We had a private room, but it was right next to the dining room. There was like, there was 20 of us that went,
Mhm.
and we had a minimum spend that we had to meet. Um,
Sweet. Did you take them all up to the dessert room too?
no, because
'Cause
the
I don't
dessert
think
room
there's one room up there that could fit all of you.
no, no, that was the issue, right? So we had
Yes.
dessert there, but yeah, we had a minimum spend, and I thought we would, like, easily meet that.
Mhm.
Um, well, the guy he starts serving dinner, and, everyone had ordered appetizer yeah, he starts serving dinner. He comes over and he's like, "Hey, you're $1,800 short of the minimum spend." I said, "Oh my god. Is you
Oh,
serious?"
so your staff is so sweet. They didn't even wanna overspend you celebrating.
And so
That's
I said, "Okay."
awesome.
I said, "Alright, start ordering, like, order caviar, order" and yeah,
Order to
like,
go plates, do what you guys wanna do, take some home to your spouse.
yeah, order it up, because we gotta spend it. But yeah, it was fun. We were really rowdy. We were loud.
I would
Um,
expect nothing less. You
yeah,
guys are fun.
a lot of drinking, some over drinking. Um, but yeah, it was a blast. And then I told them during the meeting, during the dinner, uh, which this might have been prompted by a couple too many glasses of wine on my part, but I said, look, if if we hit 250,000, I will take the I'll take you guys to Puerto Rico for a long weekend. And
Fun.
yeah, so that's a big target. That's a lot to collect in 1 week.
It can be done. Yeah.
It can
That's
totally
a
be done.
insane amount, yeah. Because if you end up with that and you start doing it consistently, you're at $1,000,000 months.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm. I'm a
Yeah.
big believer in big goals, big audacious goals, and right, I really believe what you put in front of you, what you think about, what you speak is all gonna manifest and come true, so
Yeah. There's no doubt it'll happen for us in the near future. That Michelangelo Mortallero?
I don't think s
No, he's in North Tampa.
okay.
He mentored us quite a bit a few years ago. Great guy, does everything that we do. Um,
Awesome.
he's been around for about 10 years. Um, he's been an attorney longer, but his firm for about 10 years. And he's making at that time, a couple of years ago, but 8 million in revenue a year.
Is he friends with Cindy Stewart, our clerk of court? She
I'm
just
not
won.
sure.
She just lost the re-election, but she's a personal friend of mine. I love her, but I feel like she's tagged him in something that she was in. He has like a gorgeous office.
Yeah,
Yes, and I think she
yeah.
was in. It's very yes. I'll have to go back and look, but I feel like that name is familiar.
He's on TikTok. That's where we got the idea to do TikTok.
Okay, great. I'll
Yeah,
have to follow him and check him out. Is he nice?
he's amazing. He's amazing. I
Oh,
mean, he totally unprompted just helped us out. I think we got his name from an attorney who used to work for us, and she said, "Oh yeah, he does Medicaid planning." So we sent a couple clients his way, uh,
hmm.
and then we went and met with him, and then he just he helped us out a ton, gave us a ton of business advice,
I love.
marketing advice, yeah, and really kind of like what I'm doing, right? Like just
Yes.
totally open. Just how can I help? And
Yeah, I love that. I was very impressed. I've told you that multiple times. I've been very thankful and impressed. But I think it's such a win-win
it's
because
total
not
win-win.
one person can handle everyone. And then it just flows and you share, or we all have different seasons of life where we move on, we win the lottery, we don't want to do it anymore. We're expanding, growing. So
Yep.
I just think it's keeping the community and sharing among us all. And I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. So he would qualify as a non-stuffy attorney then? He's got that.
He's more than a non-stuffy attorney. Yeah.
Hope to meet him then. Cool.
Well, hey Jessica, I need to run. I
No
just
worries.
noticed I noticed the time got past me a little bit. I have a 3 o'clock, but as always, it was awesome talking to you,
Very awesome talking
and
to you.
we'll do this again sometime in the future.
I look forward. Bye, Joe.
All right, bye.